Okay. Okay. And we are alive, I think. Yep. Perfect. Perfect. Go away with you. Bum, 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 bum. Wait. No. Is it working as intended? I think it is. Beautiful. I want to confirm that I have sound actually, otherwise it will be a very boring stream. I have. Amazing. 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 Hopefully people can join actually, I hope so. They should be able to. They should be, oh yes, it's working fine, it's working fine. Okay, okay, okay. We can just look at some charts while we wait for people to come in. I just did the shipping ETF, the shipping recap, looks really, really good. Again, I'm trying to get my webcam showing meanwhile in like a small window, usually like I do, you know, on with Zoom, but for some reason I cannot make it happen. I don't know why. I have no idea why it doesn't work. I don't know. I need to check that. I need to check that for sure. So I can see there's one guy in here now. Just let me know if you have any questions. Last time there were quite a few. Very good. Maybe it's because, you know, what is the time in the US now? It's roughly around 4 p.m. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe that is the reason. Dixie, what are you doing with Dixie? Oh, there it is. Go to the 1 hourly here on the Dixie. If we lose these long-term golden trend line at that horizontal level there, man, that was a huge fake out here. This was the non-farm payroll surprise to the upside, and then later on we had the ISM manufacturing numbers just decimated. So definitely the Dixie right here looks very, the first day or two next week, tomorrow, and will definitely be worth watching here for the Dixie. So let me know if the chat is working. Type 1. Also the sound should work, but you never know. You never know with today's technology. Again, I'm trying to make, you know, the webcam work, to have it like in a small corner, but I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet, but I will do for next time. I will do for next time. Oh, Bitcoin here, what are you doing? What are you doing? Again, you can just ask any questions you want in the testing. I want to test here if it's working. Oh, it works fine, super, thank you for the confirmation. Weiss beer. I like Weiss beer. That's my favorite beer actually. So I like a Weiss beer. Hoogarden is really, really good, by the way. Depending on how you pronounce it. But Val? I have looked at Val a long time ago. Is it I think this one here. I want to see what happened. Yeah. Yeah. It looks fantastic. at least very promising here. This was I drawn this, I don't know how many months ago. So, but you can see here we actually trying to barely. All I can say is we have spent roughly 6 months or even 8 months, between these two, 0.003 and 0.004. That's a lot of zeros, but definitely, again, we are trying to break that wedge right there. Again, if we have that, looks really, really good. Looks fantastical. Again, you should probably have your limits order in, because you can see here one order just, up and down 33%, give or take 25 or 33%, depending on where you come from. So wow. But yeah, it's a very, very small. How small is it? 16 million. So keep that in mind, actually. Oh, Valoris. Anyways, this is a good stock. Valoris, sure thing. Let's see. Is it yeah, sure, okay. For sure haven't looked at this one here. Oh, it's come a long way. It has come a long way, actually. 5 billion. Okay, that's a big company. Maybe it's a bit. It's not the usually setup that I look for, but anyways, I would add the top one in there, and then I don't know. Depending on, yeah, makes sense here. So this is probably. That is probably it. Again, for now, you can see that we have higher highs. That's beautiful, but also a huge divergence. But anyway, divergence is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that we have to crash, right? It just means that either you pause, go sideways, and then you recharge, go higher, or you have that bigger correction. So yeah. Oh, it merged. Okay, makes sense. Can we find any? We don't have that much data. It only goes back roughly 18 months or so. So that you can see if you can find any breaks. Okay, there is something that might be a bit tricky or a bit not on the good side here again. That is at least the negative. You can see the red support. I should make it green. We're breaking down and we're actually retesting it as we speak here. But again, overall, I would think if we're in this squeeze here, it's all fine. We have momentum to the upside. But yeah, this one definitely want to watch here. If you don't want to see it correcting here, then it's not the best. That's for sure. You. Oh yes, you. Boom, here it is. Actually, I just looked at it for the first time. Okay. Overall, at least in the short term, this is not ideal. I'm just going to say as it is. We did have this breakout here, and actually I did make a call as well. I want to show you that call and also where we got stopped out. Where are we? I just can't. There it is. We entered here for one position at roughly 7.2 or 7.3, and then we actually had a huge run, and then we had this news here. I can't remember what it was. Maybe you know in the chat. There was something here that made that gap down, otherwise we wouldn't have had it. But definitely we are breaking that big blue uptrend here. Not ideal. There it is. That's not the best view for the short term here. How is that? I just want to see how we are still in. We are breaking some important levels for UUU. That is for sure. Yeah, okay. There might be some more short-term downside here for UUU, at least on a log scale. It might be different if you go to the standard or the nominal scale, but definitely getting back into that green squeeze right there after we have had some quite nice, bullish consolidation above. That's not so good. Maybe the EFR looks a bit different. You can see here we need to add the same line in from that low. It's also breaking a bit down there. So yeah, it looks like we have some short-term downside here. A dividend, it could be, does it pay dividends? I don't know. No, I think it was some sort of news actually. I can't remember exactly what it was. I read it from John Quakes on Twitter. I'm terrible at remembering such things, but so short term, I mean, we could see a touch of that blue bad boy there, roughly 7.6. So that's again, this is the one that we do not want to lose. Actually, that blue bad boy there. So yeah, not the best outlook here short term. Maybe if we add in, let's see if we can see the start of the uptrend gets there, so you have something there. I think there we can add that. Let's see how it looks to be also connect over there. Oh, barely. Okay, I want to keep that in actually. I want to keep that in because if we start to break here from this blue triangle here, then we could actually see wow, a massive drop. Okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Again, let me know if you want to have me to look at anything as we speak. I want to see that break right there. Okay. I mean, there is some resistance if you add, you know, one across there. You can see interactions coming in, so maybe it's a minor one, but still, yeah. It is a break. I think actually on the UUU also there was, yeah, that move there was kind of bearish. I also think we discussed that, this bear flag. You can go back and check on Twitter actually. That's the bear flag, so it makes a bit sense here. Yeah, okay. Looks like it broken down from bar sideways. What do you call it? Nutrient? Is it this one? LT? Is that, what is that? What is that? That is what? Crop nutrient. Okay, that should be it. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's actually quite nice, to be honest. Again, nothing confirmed yet, but it has my. I like what I see right there. You can see, boom, long-term golden trend line. You know, I add that in always. There it is. That's the frame of the chart. Really, is it a parallel? We can check that. Not really. No, it's not a parallel. Okay, but then we have these two lows, which we should also connect right there. So what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? We are, I just want to see if we have some support coming. Yeah, it is. Yeah, not so well defined. Actually, we have something here, which makes some sense. And we have the two lows there coming across. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I think this is how I would frame it. Again, we don't have that much data. Only well, we have 5 years. That should be enough. The March 2020 madness here, massive move up here, and then a huge correction. Ideally, you actually have a bit of a undercut here, and then you blast, because then you have the three waves, the three spikes lower low. So a bit undercut there, and then we go. That would be nice. But definitely, that is the one to look for. This is on a log scale. You will not find this on a nominal scale. So that is the one you should be looking for. But again, it is a pole, and then the angle is a bit, you know, higher to the downside, you can say, but it is still a bull flag in the making. So it is quite nice. Does it pay dividends? No. Yes. No. 4%. Okay. I'll actually save this one. This is thank you for that. That's very nice. Just 1 second. I need to go to my daughter very quickly here. Just 1 second, guys. Stay with me. Okay, sorry for the delay here. I hope she fell asleep again. But I will add this one for sure to the dividend. There it is. It's really nice. Thank you for that. I really, that's good. That's good. PDS. I think I heard that before. No, I didn't. Oh, okay. This is a longer term play. But anyways, it could be some. Again, I'm just doing the exact same thing again, looking for the golden trend line that I always have in here. I will add it. It's okay. Maybe we can have one more to the downside there. Maybe that makes a bit more sense. Don't cheat, as they say. There it is. Okay. This is a very long-term play, actually. But yeah, still some, not the prettiest of them all, but you definitely have, you know, that March 2020 madness going down there. You also have, it's trying to break out here, but then again, it has come a long way, right? A long way up there. And if we were to define this setup over here, let's make it blue. Then you have, yeah, okay. You have it there. That could be the start again. No cigar yet, but you have that sort of stuff going on here. So my take on this very quickly, I want to remove the internal, so we only have the bigger golden trend line right here. Very simply, how I would play this if I were to play it. Big bottoming here, inverse head and shoulders. If we break the golden and that neckline at roughly 80, 85, 86, 87, give or take, that's your entry. And that will be a long-term hold. You can definitely hold this one for, I don't know, 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. Okay. NBR, I don't know what that is. I guess it is this one, Neighbors, Industries, excuse me. Oh, it's a long, let's go to the monthly. Does it make, wow, that's a huge double bottom, Jesus Christ. Holy smokes. Yeah. I'm not thrilled that actually we had a bull flag here. And that and now we're coming back in again. So it has kind of lost its momentum, but still also something. It's a bit tricky, to be honest. But if we were to find the positive side here, again, big bottoming here, bit of a skewed inverse head and shoulders again. However, with this right shoulder dragging out, I mean, it could be a bull flag here, but again. Not the prettiest of them all, but I would definitely say it has to get above 200 before you can become really bullish. Yeah. But man, that double bottom, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I cannot give that much clarity, but this would be my take on it. But it is, I cannot, the reasoning why I'm that hesitant is because I cannot really find, you know, a golden trend line to work from, and I usually want that golden trend line to be my frame. And if I have a good bottom, you know, a bottom gold trend line as well, that's beautiful. That's just icing on the cake, really. CRSP, what is that? What is that? Therapeutics, I assume. Okay. I'm just gonna see how the retraces are. Okay. Definitely want to add in just to see how this one aligns up right there. Okay, makes sense. Because you had the breakdown and 2 retests, and then you're now going sideways. So definitely we want to look for a stage 2 breakout here. And we do have some sort of alignment here with the tops there. Do we have any? Okay. That works well. You have a breakout, a bit of a deep retest into the 30 weekly. However, we're still holding-ish. And then you had that one across right there. How does it look on the daily though? That was the big, very deep pullback. It is not the prettiest of them all, to be honest. I think this one could actually head back into the wedge because of this, bear flag right there. If it plays out, you can actually... I think it's trying to break out here, but it is probably failing. You can see it's right on the edge right here. So definitely be a bit careful with it here. Also, given the fact that we had that deep retest. It was a wick on the weekly, so that's on the plus side. Yeah, but again, also if I were to add this one in here, I would add this one here as some sort of resistance zone as well. Pivot high there, connections, and then you have every time we get in, we get wicks on the top. So yeah, that is how I would frame it. This is a bit tricky for me. So yeah, again, sometimes you don't have a clear one, but it is a bit tricky. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's how I see it actually. It's a bit meh. Lemonade. I think I heard that one many times before. Isn't it lemonade? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think this is a good... I actually drawn something here. Wow, long time ago. It's actually a good... what's it called? I don't know. I can't find the word. Anyways, stage 2, or at least, this is the downtrend. Now we're having some sideways action here. What to look for? Again, I think we have something going on right here. Yep, exactly. That's what I'm looking for. Now I have the framework to go by. This is my golden. And also we have a lot of interactions coming down, which is nice. So this one is as good as it gets really, with regarding to that this is confirmed. Also, depending on how you do it here, you can actually add in that lower squeeze of that. So there it is. So this is the break of the downtrend. Again, it's just because you break the downtrend, you don't go from a stage 4 into straight into a stage 2 uptrend. You need some type of base. And that's what it is trying to do here, I actually think. So I would see that one there, quite simply. And then we have, okay, some sort of stuff going on there, some sort of double bottoming there. Okay. I think the basing could go on for a bit longer, to be honest. But anyways, you have some good buying opportunities at the blue here again if we get there. Do we have any sort of... how does the daily look? I want to see the daily stuff. This is also very messy. There's no clear picture. So kind of like a rounding. Oh, we have a gap down here. Okay, so that's earnings. Okay. We also had a gap down here as well. That's also earnings. That's quite funny. That's quite funny, to be honest. I think it's trying to base out here, but I think it needs some more time to do so. Yeah, that is my call. But definitely this golden trend, that golden trend line is just beautiful. The only thing that concerns me is that if you have a breakout here and the retest there, then that's good. But this deep run here, again, I think we need some more sideways action before we can decide if we can get into a stage 2 or if we go down further. What do they do, Lemonade? What is it? I can't remember. Insurance. Okay. So they must pay a dividend, I guess. No? Okay, that's funny. Okay. I hope that helped. As in ICL, again, agriculture based in Israel, so it's taking a hit. Yeah. ICL, I can assure you, I haven't looked at that at all. Is it this one here? ICL Group? agriculture. I think it is this one. Okay. Okay, this is also very... Wow, okay. I'm just gonna do the long-term stuff here. What happened there? Boom, beautiful. Beautiful, very long-term golden trend line. You can see, again, the 3-1, the fourth break, beautiful. So what's happening here? Let's zoom in on this stuff here. Again, this is clearly, you know, a downtrend. However, they end at some point in time. So if I were to add this one in here, I would actually do, just to get it better. Yep, there it is. And do we have anything on the low side? No, not really. Maybe we have one coming across there. Okay. I think you could add that one in right there. So definitely we're still in the downtrend. We have 1, 2, 3. We could actually potentially have had, you know, a 1, then the big wave 3, wave 5. I think on the daily we actually have some sort of compression. Yeah, okay. Gap fill. So there is something to work from here. Again, it's still in a downtrend, so still act as it is. So the first thing it must do here is to break to the upside to kind of stop the momentum. It's still below the 30 weekly, so if we break out here, it definitely needs some sort of basing here before we go higher. But I would add that one in as well. We can make it red, obviously. There it is. So again, I'm just saying here, it doesn't have to be like this, but this could be. Again, you will have to wait 6 months or so to get it confirmed, but that would be a beauty if that happens. Again, I'm just spitballing here. Again, this is a long way out, but definitely the negative side here is that we haven't actually made a proper retest of this golden bad boy here. So we could actually go very deep, maybe even double bottoming if that happens. And again, that's a long way to go. That's, you know, 50% down. But if we get down to here, that trend line, in my view, when and if, more like an if, that's a beautiful entry. Again, I think agriculture will do insanely well for this decade here. I think it is something that we haven't invested into for the past 20 years, basically. So yeah. So yeah, still in a downtrend. Oops, still in a downtrend. However, it has come down a long way. Let's see the fibs. We are also at that fib, the 0.618. Squeezing around that. Okay, so that's not too bad. Do we have any horizontal support as well? We have a bit here. I want to add that in as well if I were to do so. There it is. So we're actually squeezing here within the, just around that long-term horizontal support and resistance line there at roughly 5. So yeah, ICL for you. Plantation stock by the run by 2 Danes, really? UTD PLT? No. Wow, 7 billion, 8%. Wow. I mean, it's just slowly grinding higher, but I don't know what to. I don't know how to make this chart. Actually, it's just very weird. Very weird to look at. Maybe a bit lower there. Wow, it's difficult. I wouldn't be a buyer here, that's for sure. That's just not how I invest into it. But definitely. Then we have the bottom. Maybe there. It's very difficult to. You cannot make any connections here, in my view. But you can definitely see the March 2020 lows there, and ever since it has just gone higher. It is trending though with the 30 weekly, so every time you pull back into that could be a buying opportunity. Yeah, that's basically all I can say. It's very difficult to do. WWR, sure, Westwater. Wow, got hammered. What is that? Is it exploration, developer, battery, blah blah blah. Okay, holy smokes. it's also, the downtrend is so heavy, you just can't seem to find anything. We have to zoom in, I guess. I wouldn't, I think there are better opportunities, but if you want to go bottom fishing, it's definitely, is it a small one? I would assume, yeah, 30 million, okay. It's just been one straight line, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. My only take is that we are still below the 30 weekly, you can see here. And it is still resistance until we get above, really. I cannot find any good lines here. It's still in a downtrend on the weekly. Very difficult to chart for me, so very difficult indeed. XRP, yes, XRP. Actually, I made a post about XRP in relation to silver, and that the charts looks really, really similar. If you look back, you know, silver for 50, 60 years, and XRP ever since it got it came out. There are some similarities for sure. Crypto. There it is. XRP. I know many people are calling for a huge move up. That could definitely happen. I know the market sniper does as well. And my only take and the negative that I have with XRP, this is the weekly by the way, is that we have this sort of, you know, upwards kind of like bear flag there, the grinding. That's not what I like to see. However, also, see there, that's the bottom. We have the bottom side. For some reason I have a lot of lines on, but it's gone. Maybe it's because I use a different layout here. My take is that if we can get down here, again, that's just the bearish call. If we get down to roughly 2.12, that is probably not the worst buying and the worst entry that you could have. Also, if you look at the similarities here, you have this kind of same thing here again, where we're just grinding. Then we had a huge spill, and then we went higher again, down to that zone there. So again, you have the highs there and there. So kind of similar, but yet a bit different. If it goes to the daily, there has been a huge squeeze actually. There were a huge squeeze, which I also looked at a lot, coming down to here, that's your parallel, and actually we just couldn't really break it. Maybe we broke it on the smaller time frames. We didn't actually. So still, this one here needs to hold big time, and it is in trouble right now. That's how I see it. Again, I think there will be some good entries, especially if you get down to here, 0.13, 14. That's one hell of a drop, right? But yeah, that is my take on XRP. If we triple higher, obviously that's bullish short term, obviously. Then we take out that smaller golden trend lines right there. But for now, this weekly candle should have you worried a lot. Again, this is why I think actually for some reason they look very similar. Hopefully they are not, but again, we have, this is silver's move actually, more or less, and we are right here in silver. So if you look at it here, you also have that tiny squeeze there on silver. If you look back 50 years, I find it very interesting that they are so similar, to be honest. Yeah. SID. I don't know what it is actually. I assume it is this one here, but let me know if it is not. Please write the name also if you can, because sometimes there are many other tickers and stuff going on. So okay, good. I also have, yeah, there is something very important also. This stock is coming to heavy resistance now. It has come a long way. I will go to the daily actually to show you the kind of entries that you have. Here they are, roughly right here. I think you can extend it actually. You get a bit more. It's okay. It's okay. There it is. That's the entry. We even had this gap up here. Boop. The breakaway gap here. And now we're coming to some big resistance. This is the monthly I'm going to. You can see here, there they are. And we're actually coming into that horizontal, the global financial crisis low. You can see how it interacts. A bit of a peak above, again below. There it is. Big resistance at 4. And since we have come a long way, a very long way, we are up in the past October, November, 3 months, we are up 100%, give or take. I wouldn't be a buyer here by any means. Ideally, as I always like to say, I want to see bullish consolidation below. And when you get that break, that's your entry. So yeah, that's how I see it. Let's pause here for like 4 weeks, and then boom, then we go. If we get that bullish consolidation and break. But definitely, it looks really good. You can also see here, this is the weekly, right? So we have a huge move up here above the 30 weekly. So if you come, you know, pulling down and the 30 weekly comes up here, that's usually a launch pad as well to the upside. Just seeing if they're in the bottoming. No. Yeah, I think that's my take on this, to be honest. Does it pay any dividends? Yeah, 11%. Wow, that's nice. That's really, really good, to be honest. I also think this one aligns very well, the bottom side. I think that's perfect. Yep, more or less perfect. It is. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. I'll call it. It touched there. So the problem is, when I'm just thinking about it here, the problem is also what I look for often. If you have a false breakout of such a long triangle here, usually you actually visit the lower side again before you go higher. So if we do, and we get down to this here at roughly, that's a long way to go, by the way, 1.4, depending on how fast we go. If we get there, you should see a bounce here, to be honest. So that's the bullish and the bearish view of those. Alfred, yeah, sure thing. Yeah, no problem. You can just definitely check it out. I'm trying to see if I can add in some background music as well, so you not only listen to my beautiful voice, but you also have some nice music. But definitely check it out. I hope you like it. It's fun to do these on the fly, really. I actually enjoy these sessions here. Just people coming in, having a talk about different stuff. What was the typical times you mentioned? Did you say it like normally take 3 times? Yeah, I mean, usually what you see, do we have any good? Yeah, we do. Let's go. I think we can find one here. I think it is maybe not the best of the best. Maybe you have it on the nominal. Yeah, this is the nominal, by the way. I usually, as you know, do the log scale, but just for this, I'm not going to delete. I'm just going to use a different layout so I don't mess off my chart there. USD. Okay, fresh and clean. Nominal scale. Again, I always use the log scale, but for this purpose, there it is. So usually this is the reasoning why you break on the 4th very often is when you have waves or big triangles, inverted head and shoulders, whatever it is, that usually is your 1 to 5 counts you have right there. Obviously we fell straight through here in the March 2020, but the reasoning is that you are often breaking on the 4th is because you want to establish and confirm the trend line. Here when you're here, you just have a kind of an idea that this is the trend line, and then the 3rd confirms it, and then you break on the 4th. I think you can go again on gold, quite similarly here at the top. Again, you can see here again the gold here you have different setup, but you have 2nd, 3rd, and then you actually break here. Yes, we are just playing around with it here, but we did break and snap back. But again, you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, and then you break. Same thing for if you have a wedge pattern. Do I know one on top of my head? I think I know one here. This is lower time frame stuff, but again, this is on top of my head. So uranium. There you are. Excuse me. I think it's Boss Energy. Daily stuff. Yeah, here it is. Same thing here again. You have also, this is a bull flag in the making, and you have your 1, 2, 3, right? So what you want to see right now is actually that you are roughly there. It's drawn very quickly. So you have this one, you're getting rejected here again. 1, 2, 3. So what you want to see is a break here. Again, that is why you get these setups here. So it is a wave count. Again, I'm not that good at the waves count, but I'm looking for them as good as I can. You can find them all over. Also in an uptrend, you get the same thing. I think actually if we can go to yep, maybe. Yeah, sure. Here's one. This is actually the uranium URA. Again, this was actually your exit in 2021. Again, you have the establishment confirmation of trend line break. So there it is for you. Yeah, there it is for you. That's also why, the more you hit it, especially on the 4th, that's very often when you break. And if you have a 5th one, that's, the more you do it, the more time it breaks. You should see it as a wall or a door that you're trying to break through, right? So and actually also here on the downside, again, I think if you go to again here, you have it there, you can see it drawn very quickly, no perfect alignment, anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, bit of a deep retest, however, that's when we broke. So same thing. I hope that helped. Why it is that way, that's probably a deeper discussion that I think some other people are a lot better at than me. What do you think of Tell? I have never heard of that one before. Never, ever. Weekly. Let's go back to my standard view. Tell. Wow, I've looked at it once before, a long time ago. Okay, fair enough. It's due for a pullback. If you look at the monthly, again, it's a very messy chart all over the place. No clear direction, but we are pretty stretched here, and I would assume some sort of pullback. But it is very difficult to really say anything other than we have one going down there for this move, and then maybe can we add that on top there? Not quite clearly. But again, you have some sort of channel going on here, and that's my best guess. Again, 1, 2, 3, maybe we break here on the 4th. But looking long term, this is just sideways chop with some huge spikes to the downside, so it's a bit iffy. Yeah. EXK, I know that one. I know that's that one. Yep. Want to remove. It's also a bit of a. Let's remove it all. Actually, it's a bit of a weird chart. Also, again, huge double bottom here. March 2020, perfect double bottom. And ever since, we had that huge move up, and now we're just coming down, basically. You can also see here, we had 1, 2, and then we tried to break on the 4th, false breakdown. So, where are we now? Can we get anything nice from this chart here? I think maybe we can. It is correcting. We are very stretched from the 30 weekly. So I think we're a lot closer to the bottom of this correction than we are at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I do think so. It just depends on how you wanna. There it is, I think. Yeah, there it is. Again, if we get all the way down here to roughly 1.4, that's a huge drop, by the way. That would be, in my view, very stretched from the 30 weekly. Also a good buying opportunity. But again, if silver doesn't start to move really, then could we hit that $1 level again? Maybe. But it is a weird one. The reason why I loved it so much, a long time ago, was actually that we had, if I add it in here, we had some beautiful setup here with what Andy also calls the lead in, and then we had the huge double bottom, touched it, and then we had a bullish consolidation below, and then this was like, yep, we are ready to blast. Clearly, that was not the case. Clearly not. So, but definitely, again, I think silver will do insanely well in 2024, gold as well, and this, every gold and silver miner should reflect that at some point in time. So it just depends on how low we can go. Can we add in any fibs here? Nah, it's too messy. Maybe short term we can find some stuff here. Nah. There it is, maybe. Yeah, okay. I think this is actually the short term stuff that you should be looking at. That one right there. Yeah, I think that's the one you should look for very short term if you want to play it. Again, yeah, something like that I think would make sense. Drag it all the way down. That's my take on it. That is my take on the stuff. What else do we have? CDA, okay, that's a lot of gold and silver. PBR, I think I did that one last time. One trend line says it all. One ring to rule them all. There it is. Boop. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Again, with the 4 timing here, there it is, huge move down, and then we had, the inverted head and shoulders hit there, bit of a dip, 4th time we break. This one is fantastic. I will just keep one line on. It's beautiful. I added last week, I think, to this stock again for my long-term dividend portfolio. And until proven otherwise, I'm really rising this one higher. There is still some horizontal resistance coming across here, but given the fact that we have broken here, I love it. I really, really do. Brazil, they have it's commodities, gold, and this is, oil related and gas as well, I think. So looks insanely good right here. Negative, if we start to do like that, you should be careful, obviously. But for now, you act as this is a clean break. And yeah, looks fantastic. PBR, beautiful. BEA, beautiful. CDE, I think that's a long time we've been looking at that. Yeah, I have one trend line on here. Again, that is the big golden. Again, very well defined. I love to see that. So you can see here, even though we get 1, 2, 3, 4, actually, well, let's call it 4.5. You can still have a false breakout. So it doesn't have to be on the 4th all the time, but definitely what's happening here. 1, 2, 3. We have the 3 impulses, low lows. That's beautiful. But still, we cannot seem to get any clear movement here. What should we be looking for short term? We should hopefully nasty stuff. Short term. Yeah, again here false breakouts. So every time it gets going, it gets knocked straight in the face once again. Yeah, okay. I still think it just can't seem to get going really at the moment. Also the fact that you have this one here that got broken. Ah, it's a false breakdown. Okay, that's quite nice, to be honest. Oh, where are we now? We are at 2. I think the real party gets started when we get above here, no doubt about it. But that doesn't happen tomorrow, not by any means. Again, gold and silver will do fine in 2024, so I think it will break in 2024. But it needs to get going here. I don't know why it has underperformed so heavily. Maybe bad management, high cost, I have no idea, to be honest. Wheat and precious metals we can do. AG I think I covered a few times before. Quickly we can do it, very quickly. This one I need to go to, actually I want to show you on the regular scale. Why? Because that's where it looks really, really good. 2016, boom, blast off. We will not get that blast off this time. Not that with a high of an angle, but definitely we are breaking out here and trying to retest. You can see here we're trying to retest that blue, the blue triangle here, trying to base out and hopefully go higher again. If silver do what I think it will do, AG right here is definitely trying to put in that breakout retesting here of the stage 2. Looks like it's failing, however, let's see. You can see there retesting right now. Hopefully we hold. Again, I think silver will at least go to 30, at least here in 2024. I think once we get above 26, it's a one-way street to 46. Yep, that's a big bold call for sure. What else do we have here? Wheat and precious metals. I think if I remember the chart correctly, FXI, that's the Chinese. Yeah, this is wheat and precious metals, what I'm looking for to add into. No, buy. I don't have it yet now. When we break this golden resistance here, the 2 double there, then that's when I'm very interested into stuff here. We're trying to hold that 2011 high there again here, but definitely getting above 52, 53, beautiful. And as long as we're in this green uptrend here, hopefully we don't have to go all this way and then we bounce. But at some point in time, I do think it's viable that we get up to here. So again, with gold, in my view, going to 24, 25 here in 2024. This one will be a rocket ship as well. Looks really good. Looks not too bad actually. Yeah, that's it. ARX. What is that? ARX. AOC. It's come a pretty damn long way. That's usually not something that I'm interested into. It's not my favorite. Again, it has come a long way, but the trend is insanely strong. And maybe you could argue, again, I wouldn't be so thrilled about it, but maybe some inverted head and shoulder stuff in the making. Maybe we did fake out here. I would definitely say if you've held this from the bottom to here, again, it's not financial advice, but I would, in my view, get out and just wait to get some more clearance. Again, do your own due diligence, but to me, I want to, yeah. But the trend is strong, I will give it that. 12 billion, what do? They do energies, okay, energy, yeah, okay, sure. Does the line chart give us any other details? Actually, okay, the line chart is a different scenario, because on the monthly closing frames, we have actually broken out of that bigger inverted head and shoulders and retesting now. So my thing is that if we lose that low there, that retest low, 19, maybe put the stop a bit further below because there will be a lot of stop hunting there. Then that might be the time to exit. But again, it's very strong. I will give it that. Holy smokes, that's 10 bagger, excuse me, Jesus Christ. You have the highs there. Yeah, again. Maybe I'm too scared here, I don't know. Pegasus energy, what is that? Pegasus energy. Again, I'm just trying to give on the fly comments here. It can be very tricky to do so. What's it called? Pegasus energy uranium? Energy uranium. I cannot find that one. Sorry. For some reason, I cannot find it. Ego. It's nice to have a big ego. Okay. There is our long-term golden trend line. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, bullish, again, bullish consolidation below here. Obviously, we had the March 2020 puke right there, but we had bullish consolidation below. And then, yeah, March 2020 happened. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What are we looking at here? Again, it's come a long way, but I think we're trying to make this inverted head and shoulders into support. So if we hold here and get above the breakout there, then that's your entry, stops below the retest low, and you can ride it actually. Looks really good. Looks really, really good. We can also add in, I think we can add in some sort of trend line there. Do we have any middle? Yeah, beautiful. Oops, beautiful. When I make these parallels here, I'm also looking at how well the center is aligned up, and I think it's not perfect, but you definitely have a lot of stuff going on at that center line. So that confirms it a bit here, even though we only have 3 touches. So yeah, that's how I would make it here. We also have higher high and higher low on the weekly. Beautiful. It's okay. It really is. Again, as long as this major this major retest holds here, there, right there, then you're good to go. You don't want to see this one. You might have the last life support kind of thing coming down here. But again, I wouldn't bet your entire savings on that one. What else do we have? FXI. Yeah, that's a tricky one to do. That's a wait. I had, you know, again, I had a view that this was at that point in time inverted head and shoulders, but collapse. So no, that's clearly not the case. But the Chinese stocks are very difficult to foresee. And I've tried many times to add in some lines here. Again, yes, we have the upper here. Let's add something like that. That makes sense. But again, the low here, it's very tricky for me to do. I think the only thing I will say, if we get back to the 2008 lows, that's entirely possible. That is probably where you'll see a big bounce, a bounce of decent magnitude. Yeah. Again, you can see here it's just very tricky. Very tricky to. You can also see the breakdown here, and now we're rolling over. So. Yeah, tricky stuff. I cannot give you any more clear direction than that. Sorry for this. Let's do. We've been on for an hour, and I said 20 minutes. Jesus Christ, it goes fast. Nice. Let's take 5 more minutes, and then we'll just see how far we go, and then we will call it a day. I will do these more often. I really like to do these. I even found that one stock, you know, the agriculture dividend play. That looks really good. I can't remember who posted it, but that was a beauty. A possible beauty in the making, actually. So, Pica. Oh, I know Pica. Yes. I know Pica. There it is. You can see here we also have some stuff. Wow, it's getting murdered still. Tricky. You can see here if we go to the monthly again, it's very tricky to. You can see there. That is your textbook bear flag, you know, IPO, we don't have much data, but that is just bearish, you know, grinding sideways, low angle, boom, and we are going down. What I'm looking at right now is possibly we have, you know, some sort of 3 spikes lower low, even though it's not perfect. We do have them, and it is trying to make a base here. It's trying to make some sort of bottom in here again. But I think it's very premature still to look into it. You can also see here the amount of liquidity in this one, or volume, whatever. It's all over the place. That's also why the technicals is a bit difficult to do. Maybe you have some stuff going on here, very short term. Short term, it's a 1 year inverted head and shoulders. But again, yeah, it's quite alright, I think. So yeah. Difficult one to make, but that's how I would frame it, just by drawing here. So you can add in yourself if you want to, but you definitely could have something here. But again, tricky. I also if let's just have a look here. Wig of at accumulation. I'm not the best at this, so I have to check it out. Okay, look at it here. We want to just copy this one here. I just saw it just before I went off the chart there. Do we have something like this in the making maybe? You can see that low there, that low there, and then we have the third right there. Spring, yep, we had a spring coming up here. Also some similarities there. And where do we have the highs here? There they are. Actually, you have that one there, and then you have this one. Okay, I think actually this could be accumulation. Again, I'm not the best at this by any means, but definitely, you see? And then you have the neckline there. Maybe, I think that's, you go start this one yourself. Again, I'm not the best person to teach these two, the accumulation and distribution, but I'm looking at it from time to time that this could be one of them. You can see it's actually quite perfect. It is actually quite perfect right there. And then, yeah, take it as you may actually. That's last two questions. Which one? Let's Sandbridge goal, free goal, insurers. Let's do a let's do. I'll take this one here. BRFS. BRFS. I think this is the one. What's that? What is that? Is that distribution of fresh frozen protein foods? Blah 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 blah. Chicken. Blah blah. Okay, whatever. What a downtrend here, really. Holy smokes! Huge rounding top here. Again, if you ever get down to here, you buy. Again, that's a long way to go, but still, just that was what I saw very quickly. These rounding here are very difficult because you can never make any trend lines to attach to it. That's often very difficult because they keeps going down, down, down. So it's just, you see, to find something that's making sense. See, every time the next one doesn't connect, so I cannot find it. The weekly here, tricky one. 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. What are we? Maybe again. Yep, makes sense. That one there. If you move this one to here, definitely this one here is important. Again, it's very difficult to make trend lines, obviously, if you have a rounded arc all the way. Sometimes they work on the log scale, by the way, but not for the most part. The weekly has come a long way. The trend is strong. So if we can maybe make that one make sense, and do we have a parallel here? Yes, we do. So that is the uptrend it is in, but it's coming a long way, you know, for like roughly 1 year, 8 months, give or take. So as long as this green one holds, then maybe you can have a break of that. But again, I would much rather prefer on such chart here to wait to see if, let's say we have a double bottom. That's when you buy, because we have come a long way, and you could easily double bottom here again, but you need to have patience, or some bigger bullish formation. Personally, I don't buy into these that has ripped so much ever since. So again, that's just a personal preference, I guess. These are very difficult to do for me, at least. I hope that's okay with you. Last one, I will take Canadian Nat Gas. I'll do 2 more because I have seen SP. I want to show SP, but first, Canadian Nat Gas. Canadian Nat Gas. It doesn't give me any. Oh, RX. Okay, excuse me. Arcs? It doesn't let me find it for some reason. Sorry, Lisa there. Excuse me. Sorry. The last one is SP. I just briefly stumped into this uranium. I don't know if it's a mine or whatever it is, but the chart looks amazing. Amazing stuff here. And Yeah, big inverted head and shoulders in the making. Well, broken, and now we're having bullish again. I will say it again, bullish consolidation above both this golden here and the neckline. So the confirmation is, if we can, which it maybe looks like, again, it's pretty damn early. There it is for you guys. Beautiful, insanely textbook stuff right here. If you start to see it to curl here, lovely. That's all I can say. It's a 100 million, but definitely that stuff right there. Boop, head, right shoulder, and then we have bullish consolidation here. You know, the retesting into a major resistance or support. If you have it as a bullish here, that's usually, again, I say it's not all, nothing is 100%, but this setup, stunningly good in my honest opinion. That was 1 hour. My voice is getting a bit sore, so I will leave it here. Again, thank you for being on. I love doing these. I will do more, so you can ask anything again if you are online seeing this whenever I do it. So that is it, guys. It's roughly midnight here in Denmark. We have the futures opening up in an hour. So with that said, have a great evening, guys, and thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it.